Parts is parts, as they say. What should be in your spare parts plan for your sawwork toolkit? I had a message recently from William Eckhorn. He asked what should be in your kit for backup parts and any advice on sprockets. Thanks, William. So I asked for ideas from chat participants to make sure I was thinking over them all, and here's what they had as a compilation. The chainsaw engine is nothing but an air pump. If the filter is dirty, the run is going to be rich. This causing plug fouling, muffler clogging, and possibly carbon buildup causing bearing failures. A spare filter can be rotated in service so a clean airflow is always possible throughout the saw workflow. The spark plug is the main event in the two-cycle combustion process. If it won't spark, the saw will park. Spare starter rope. Have you ever tried to push start a chainsaw? Not gonna happen, so pack a spare cord. Fuel cap and fuel filter spares. I've misplaced a fuel cap once or twice years ago before retention caps, but the issue could be a rubber seal also, so a spare cap is of merit. Fuel is a major issue, and dirty fuel can spoil a great sawing experience. A spare filter is a good measure. Screws. An assortment of screws for handles, mufflers, and side covers is a valuable commodity in the field. Torx or Allen heads with serrations can help to hold everything in place under tough sawing conditions. Bar nuts. Don't leave home without them. Maybe 4 of them. Make sure they are the right ones for your bar studs, size, and threads. A chain catch. This is a safety feature that protects you and your saw's lower parts and handles. Make sure it's there and in good shape. Sprocket types and when should you replace them? Tooth count can make a difference. Chain speed or torque. Which do you prefer for your type of wood? Rim sprockets can quickly be changed on some saws and can sometimes cause less damage should your chain derail from the bar. Floating rim styles seem to cause less vibration than spurs also. Make sure to place the vents in the right direction to clear dust and chips. Oregon PowerMate sprockets have a witness wear mark. If not, about 20 thousandths of an inch of wear is a good time to consider replacement. And it's important the retaining E-clip and washer are in the right place and direction. Both the floating rim and the spur type sprockets are very hard. They take a real beating. So it's important that you keep a close watch on these throughout your operations. It's an interesting process how a floating rim sprocket is made. A sample of a heat treat hardness inspection is very important to its life. The floating rim sprocket starts off with a multiple process. First of all is a plastic or nylon mold that's formed. Carries all the characteristics of the finished product. Then it's dipped into a ceramic material multiple times. The ceramic material then encompasses all the plastic on kind of a tree-shaped, looks like a model car parts setup. And then they take and they melt the plastic out of the mold. They pour hot centered metal, in other words melted steel, into that mold at that point. That cools, they break it off. The actual metal sprockets fall apart. They have to be trued and ground and deburred, and then they put them on racks and back into the heat treat process. Multiple steps, and it's a tedious process to make that hard enough yet pliable enough to be able to maintain and to hold all the vibrations of the bar and chain. Spare centrifugal clutch springs or assembly. Heating from dull chain or binds can cause a lot of heat stress in the springs and shoes. A spare on a long sawing expedition is not a bad investment. Guide bar and saw chain. Like having a second saw, take the power head off the stuck saw and put on the spare. Old saw chain packaging can hold small screws and other parts for your field kit. This old chain package had extra teeth, presets, and tie straps for chain repair in the field. This one is from a few years back. Some other tools, the piston stop. To change many of the sprockets, you have to stop the piston to remove the clutch to access the sprocket. A proper piston stop can be a valuable tool. A piece of starter cord can be used, but sometimes can pass the rings. Proper tools are important. Last and not least, a carb screwdriver and a bar scrunch. And don't forget, in case you get caught out, you may need an old toothbrush for a little cleaning. Let me know if you picked up anything useful or if you have had an addition to this list. Make up your field kit and reduce your downtime on your next sawing trip. Thanks for watching. Please press that like button and subscribe if you find these useful. Good sawing.